Life has been absolutely crazy over here, but it's just like such a habit. Here's the thing, I just am not a morning person. Creating a good habit takes a long time. And he does have a beautiful plan. That was God's plan all along. Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. If you are new, I am Emily, and on this channel I make faith-based content that hopefully will encourage and inspire you to live for the Lord. In today's video, we are going to be going through today or a few days, not really sure. Life has been absolutely crazy over here, and so taking one day at a time, and saying that we'll see how many days I take you along, but I would like to take you along through a few days. Lord willing, I will be moving the rest of my things into Ashley's old room. I still call it her room. I'm sorry, but it's just like such a habit. But yeah, it has been over a month since she got married, and so I am slowly but surely working on this. I feel like, yeah, life has just been so busy and so crazy. For my parents' ministry, we did a annual Valentine's banquet last Saturday, and so we were working on that, and yeah, just the Lord has been so good, honestly. I am going to get started. I think I'm gonna get some work done, and then I would like to start working on the room because I'd really like to finish it today. Today is Wednesday, so we're going to church tonight, so I can't like have my dad help me tonight because obviously we had church, and so I can't like do anything tonight. With all that being said, if you are not subscribed, definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. I would love to have you guys join my channel. Hello guys, and good morning. It is currently the 23rd. So yeah, I'll just be honest with you. I did not want to get up this morning. I decided I'm gonna like change my goal of getting up to like get up at 7. Here's the thing, I just am not a morning person, and I've really been convicted because if you read about the virtuous woman in Proverbs 31, it says very clearly that she rises early, before the sun, before her household, and all of this other stuff. And so I'm just like, I need to get up early. So I've really been working on that. But instead of just like jumping from 7:30, yes, I did used to get up at 7:30, and I didn't get out of bed till 7:30 this morning. I am really trying. But my goal is to get up at 5 eventually. I'm really thinking of, let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do this kind of video of getting up at like maybe 5 or 6 every day for a month, because I think it takes 30 to 90 days, I think, to create a habit. And it's really annoying because creating a bad habit, for me, I've noticed takes 3 days. Creating a good habit takes a long time. I used to get up at 5 every day, but anyways, we're not talking about that in this video. I really wanted to share some encouragement. That's my goal, is to share some encouragement in every single video. We are going to be talking about Joseph, and mainly like the verse, chapter 50. If you don't know the story of Joseph, his brothers betrayed him and they sold him to the Ishmaelites, and what they were originally going to do was kill him. But Reuben, one of the brothers, and Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands and said, "Let us not kill him." And Reuben said unto them, "Shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands to deliver him to his father again." And so he was going to bring Joseph back to their father. But clearly in between that, before he came back, they sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites. And so we can look at that story and be like, that's terrible. Why would anyone ever do that? And then we look at like the big picture. And I think that's really amazing too, because we can't see the big picture in our lives. We see the current situations in our life that may be really hard or challenging or seem impossible. And that's probably how Joseph felt too. He was like, this is an impossible situation. I'm going to be a servant. I'm going to be a slave the rest of my life. But never once does it record Joseph complaining or losing faith in God or doubting God. Like, he was falsely accused and put into prison for going in unto Pharaoh's wife. And I think it's amazing because at the not end, but in the middle of the story of after Joseph got out of prison because he interpreted Pharaoh's dream of the famine and all of that, he ruled over all of Egypt. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully I got that right. What we are focusing on is verse 20 in chapter 50 of Genesis. And it says, "But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good, to bring it to pass, as it is this day, to save much people alive." God had this plan the entire time. He never once was like, oh, that was totally an accident. I didn't mean to have you go through that. God does not make accidents. He doesn't do things on accident. Everything he does is intentional for our good, for his glory, for our benefit, and all of this stuff. Like, we may be going through something and it's like, this is impossible to be for our benefit, but God he's working behind the scenes. He is sovereign. He is good. And even though we may be facing a really hard thing in our life, he is still good. He's still working that out for our good. And that's just what I really want to encourage you guys on in today is God is working for your good. He is working behind the scenes. And so I just want to encourage you guys today, like, if you are struggling with something that seems impossible or just seems too hard to face, like, know that God is in control and he does have a beautiful plan for whatever you may be facing. He knows the end results. He knows how hard it's going to be for you. He knows everything, but he also sees the big picture. He sees the end result. Just like Joseph, like, he only saw, I am being sold into the Ishmaelites' hands, or into Pharaoh's hand rather, and he didn't know the outcome of that entire thing. Just think, like, if Joseph wouldn't have been sold to Pharaoh, then there would have been a famine and so many people would have died. It says very clearly right here, as it is this day, to save much people alive. That was his purpose. That was God's plan all along. And even though we cannot understand from the very beginning, like, if we didn't know the story, we're like, that's really strange. Or even just in our life, like, we see something happening and it's like, I wish I could see the end result. And eventually we will, or we might not. But the Lord does have a plan, and we can see that very clearly in Joseph's life and just how the Lord orchestrated it all for his good, and for the good of others as well. So yeah, anyways, that's my encouragement for today. I really hope that I could just encourage you and just, like, uplift you, and that, like, the Lord does have a plan. He knows the outcome of every single thing.